What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Yeah, come on in. What's up, Brandon? What's up, third son? Yeah, come on in. Yeah, come on in. We'll give him another minute, y'all. We'll get started. What's up, Victoria? What's up, Alexis? All right. How about we begin? Title of this lecture is A New Earth. Let's discuss the rise of the Neo, which is Neo just stands for New Earth Order Alliance. You see what I'm saying? So what is New Earth? It is actually a new heart chakra / heart soul. And by extension, because you get a new heart chakra / heart soul, then what's manifesting out of that heart soul is a new earth. You see, a new physical earth, which you can see outside of yourself. You see what I'm saying? But it's starting inside of you with this new heart chakra program and operating system, this heart soul that you got now. You see what I'm saying? So now, why did I spell it the way I did? It's the Sumerian god of heaven. You see what I'm saying? It's the Sumerian god of heaven. You is literally you. Y-O-U. You see what I'm saying? So now, what's going on here? Anu / Anu is basically saying that your higher self operating system just got a complete overhaul. See what I'm saying? You done had two conjunctions back to back. So your higher self operating system just got a whole new overhaul / upgrade. You see what I'm saying? It is so new that people down here at this time don't know what to do with this energy. That's why you see all the craziness happening, all the hell breaking loose, everything, right? Because of this new fucking energy. You see what I'm saying? So definitely. Now, what's up, Aisha? Now, so with that being said, since how this new energy is coming down from heaven, so there is a new heaven, and there is a new heaven in you, or a new version, or a new paradigm known as your higher self, and a new earth, a new heart chakra. They call it the New Jerusalem in the book of Revelations, right? Which is originally Jerusalem. You see what I'm saying? Let's break up the word Heru and Jerusalem, which is Heru, the ancient Egyptian champion deity, and Salem. Now, Salem was in America, Salem, Massachusetts. Now, if you look up the word Salem, let's go into this word. You look at this word Salem, it comes from the Latin sal, which means a grain of salt. A grain of salt. Salt in alchemy represents the spirit. You got mercury, which represents the body, salt represents the spirit, and sulfur represents your Kundalini energy. Right? So, Heru, the champion, and Salem is the spirits of America. You see what I'm saying? The champion spirits of America. That's what Jerusalem means. New Jerusalem is the new champion spirits of America that is rising in America. You see what I'm saying? So how is this working? Jerusalem is the champion spirits rising in America. Who are the champion spirits of America? They are the Amaruvians that would be born out of the Aryan race, or the American Negroes and all other indigenous people in the land in America as we speak. United States of America, to be precise. During the prophesied last days, the Amaruvians are the indigenous starseeds of the now United States of America. Now, the prophesied nigga Junas / nigga Novas that will rise up. You see what I'm saying? That will rise up. That's what you got going on. So this word, New Jerusalem, is talking about these champion spirits, these champion souls, spirits that would rise up in the last days of this cycle, be born out of the Aryan race, or your parents, who is your parents today. And these star seeds will come together to perform a great work, a magnum opus. You see what I'm saying? And through this magnum opus, something new will be produced, which comes in the form of a new paradigm. We call it the Aquarian age. We call it the new golden crystal age. We call it by many, many, many different names, right? So now, what is going on here? So what can we find references to this? What's up, Gigi? You see what I'm saying? What can we find references to this? Let's look into the book of Revelations, chapter 21 and 22, which are the last two chapters in the book. And then literally it says here, the New Jerusalem. You see what I'm saying? In my book, it says New Jerusalem. Let me go back a couple of chapters. Yeah. The New Jerusalem, chapter 21. And then we're going to get into chapter 22 as well. It says here, then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. That line alone needs to be decoded. Then I saw a new heaven, high self, and a new earth, new heart. For the first heaven, high self, and the first earth had passed away. Yes, your high self upgrades like you upgrades. See what I'm saying? And there was no longer any sea. Subconscious. You see what I'm saying? I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband. So now we talked about who the bride was. The bride is who? Nima Self-Kit Abwe. Who is that? Nima Self-Kit Abwe is actually Seshat, the child or the daughter, right? The daughter. And she's known as the hidden seven-horned goddess. You see what I'm saying? To balance out, counterbalance, the groom. Who is the groom? The groom is Harpa Kared, Heru the child. You see what I'm saying? So now you're starting to see where all this is coming from. So now, and I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, now the dwelling of God is with men, and he will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. And that's what you're seeing now. Old order is passing away. See what I'm saying? What you said, Bree said name again? It's Nima Self-Kit Abwe. A-B-W-Y, Abwe. You see what I'm saying? The hidden seven-horned goddess. Seshat the daughter. Let's see, yeah. So there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. He who was seated on the throne said, I am making everything new. Then he said, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. See what I'm saying? So now y'all see that this has already been written. We just living it out now. We wrote our own prophecies. See what I'm saying? We are our ancestors. Remember that. So we wrote down our own prophecies. Now they may have tampered with it to a certain degree, but still, they can never truly get rid of the core of the true prophecies. You see what I'm saying? So now let's continue. He said to me, it is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To him who is thirsty, I will give to drink without cost from the springs of the water of life. He who overcomes will inherit all this, and I will be his God, and he will be my son. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all lies, their place will be in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death, spontaneous combustion. That's basically what you're seeing here. That's basically what you're seeing. So spontaneous combustion. So who is the God? Who is God? God is your soul. See what I'm saying? And the Son of God is your body. You see what I'm saying? It's your body. You see what I'm saying? Because, yeah, you manifested in this vessel to do some things. So, yeah. So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. Now, let's continue here. One of the seven angels who had the seven bowls full of the seven last plagues came and said to me, come, I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb. You see what I'm saying? And he carried me away in the spirit to a mountain, pineal gland, great and high, and showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God. So your new higher self is coming down from out of heaven, which is your Godhead, down. You see what I'm saying? So down into your heart, as it is in heaven, so shall it be on the earth. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on here. Now, Jerusalem coming down out of heaven. Here we go. It shone with the glory of God, and his brilliance was like that of a very precious jewel, like a jasper, clear as crystal. You see what I'm saying? Clear as crystal. We already know what jasper look like. It's brownish, reddish. True. But it's saying like a jasper. It's not saying that it is jasper. See what I'm saying? They're making an analogy. It had a great high wall with 12 gates, and with 12 angels at the gate. On the gates were written the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. There were 3 gates on the east, the north, the south, and the west. The wall of the city had 12 foundations, and on them were the names of the 12 apostles of the Lambs. What is they talking about here? They talking about your new crystalline body. That's what they talking about. So you're going to get a new crystalline body. There will be 12 new zodiacs or gates. There will be 12 new glands. See what I'm saying? You're going to get a whole new chakra system. You're going to get a whole new chakra system. You're even going to get a whole new Kundalini energy. See what I'm saying? You can overhaul completely. So the angel who talked with me had a measuring rod of gold to measure the city, its gates, and its walls. The city was laid out like a square, as long as it was wide. He measured the city with the rod and found it to be 12,000 stadia. That's about 1,400 miles or 2,200 kilometers, right? So in length, and as wide and as high as it is long. He measured its walls, and it was 144 cubits thick. That's about 200 feet or about 65 meters, right? By man's measurement, which the angel was using, the wall was made of jasper, and the city of pure gold, as pure as glass. So they're telling you that this new city that they talking about, what is this city? It's your universe. See what I'm saying? It's your universe. You know, this new plane that's inside of you, because everybody has their own definition of what heaven is. Now, our collective personal heavens will come together to produce a heaven here on earth, but everybody has their own personal heaven inside of them, right? So that's what the city is representing, because city just means sight. Y'all know that? A city is a sight. That's why when you see a city, it usually says something along the lines of, it is a sight to behold. You see what I'm saying? It is a sight to behold. So now let's continue here. So the wall was made of jasper, and the city of pure gold, as pure as glass. The foundation of the city walls were decorated with every kind of precious stone. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, third chalcedony, fourth emerald, fifth sardonyx, sixth carnelian, seventh chrysolite, eighth beryl, ninth topaz, 10th chrysoprase, 11th jacinth, and 12th amethyst. You see what I'm saying? The 12 gates were the 12 pearls. Each gate made of a single pearl. The great street of the city was pure gold, like a transparent glass. Crystalline body. And the great streets, your meridians, your spine. You see what I'm saying? The yellow brick road. Remember that in the Wiz? That's what they talking about here. So your spine gonna glow. Right? So what are these 12 gates that they talking about? You know, well, these 12 precious stones. We talk about 12 gates. 12 gates, then but new zodiac. They give you 12 gates of the zodiac, and then they talk about the 12 walls, which are the new glands, and it's one more reference to the number 12. I'm gonna get to it in a second though. But that's 12 constellations, 12 new constellations that's awakening inside of you. It's a whole multiverse of events awakening inside of you. See what I'm saying? This energy is going to pull out. It's going to project out of you, like a projector does a movie. The energy is going to project out of your soul and out of your mind's eye into this world, thus changing it. You see what I'm saying? Altering it into something new. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on here. So what are these 12 jewels though? And 12 pearls. But they say the jewels are the pearls. See what I'm saying? And so what are these 12 pearls? Now, let's go over them. Jasper is the color brown red. Sapphire is the color blue. Chalcedony could be the colors blue or black. Emerald, green, of course. Sardonyx, also brown red. Carnelian, brown red. Chrysolite is like a greenish yellowish color. Beryl is blue green. Topaz is yellow, peach, and orange. Chrysoprase is like an apple green. Jacinth is an orange, reddish colors. Amethyst is purple. You see what I'm saying? So what are these tones, frequencies, and vibrations and rhythms? These are the new colors that will be emitted from your soul, from your new crystalline soul. What do I mean by that? Well, now, let's go back to my notes here before we continue. First thing first, what is the lamb? They talk about this Lamb of God. So what is the lamb? Lamb comes from the Latin Agnes, which literally means Lamb of God, which is the vegetable lamb of Tartary, Tartarus / magical prison. It's like this. I'm about to show it to you. It's a plant that grows in like Southern Asia, but it's a mythology around this plant that we after. You see what I'm saying? It's the mythology around it. Let's see here. The plant looks like this. This is the vegetable lamb of Tartary, right here. This is what it looks like. Now, it's a powerful mythology around this. We're going to go in on it. What does it say? The vegetable lamb of Tartary, or Tartary, is a legendary zoophyte of Central Asia, once believed to grow sheep as its fruit. It was believed that the sheep were connected to the plant by an umbilical cord and grazed the land around the plant. When all accessible foliage was gone, both the plant and sheep died. Peep gang here. So they said that it was believed to grow sheep as its fruit. The sheep are the sleeping giants / zombies in this matrix. You see what I'm saying? So what is this vegetable lamb of Tartary? We already know it's the matrix. You see what I'm saying? It's the life force of the matrix, the ram of the matrix. That's what this is symbolic of. You see what I'm saying? Of course, it's in the form of a tree, the tree of life, the Kabbalah, right? Which we know is the illusionary world, right? So let's continue here. So it was believed the sheep, sleep ones, were connected to the plant, magical prison, via an umbilical cord, which is the astral cord that connects you to the demiurgic mind. So peep gang. And you grazed, which means you sampled and even ate the land around the plant. What does that mean? That means you consumed what was in this world, for sustenance. That's basically what it means. You consumed what was in this world for sustenance. So, let's continue here. What's so special about this plant? And they literally give you a picture of the vegetable lamb in the 17th century. So they did a whole mythology on this, right? We're going to get into this real quick. Let's see here. Let's see. In his book, The Vegetable Lamb of Tartary, 1887, Henry Lee describes the legendary lamb as believed to be both a true animal and a living plant. You see what I'm saying? However, he states that some writers believe the lamb to be the fruit of a plant, sprouting forward from melon-like seeds. Others, however, believe the lamb to be a living member of the plant that once separated from it would perish. The vegetable lamb was believed to have blood, bones, and flesh like that of a normal lamb. They talking about sheep. They talking about the physical body, where it has blood, bones, and flesh. The physical body, like a normal lamb, sheep, you know, the ones the cattle that you see, the actual animal. You see what I'm saying? So it was believed to have this. The vegetable lamb was believed to have blood, bones, and flesh like that of a normal lamb. It was connected to the earth by a stem, similar to an umbilical cord. You know, we already know the stem is the tree of life, trees of life, that prop the lamb up above ground. The cord could flex downward, allowing the lamb to feed on the grass and plants surrounding it. Once the plants were within reach were eaten, the lamb died. So that means once everything in this reality or dimension is consumed, this reality passes away, and so do the people in it. That's basically what it's saying. See what I'm saying? You know, if you still a part of this matrix or operating on this matrix, and you ain't got no soul, your ass in trouble. You see what I'm saying? You in trouble. You know, so you can't make that transition. Let's see here. It could be eaten once dead, and its blood supposedly tasted sweet like honey. Well, if y'all know anything about insects, let me see here. You see what I'm saying? In the eyes of a mosquito, why the mosquito so attracted to the blood of humans, so-called humans or earthlings? You know, we trying to stop saying the word humans and replace it with earthlings. Why is mosquito so attracted to the blood of earthlings? Because to them, blood tastes like honey. You see what I'm saying? So that's what that means, you know. So to mosquitoes and flies and shit that bite you, your blood tastes like honey to them. That's why they love to suck it. You see what I'm saying? Now it's starting to make sense. So now, ain't nobody here. The vegetable lamb, human plant, was believed to have blood, bones, and flesh like that of a normal lamb, animal, sheep. You see what I'm saying? So now, the blood tastes like honey to a mosquito, and let's see, deep sea creatures bioluminate, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Let me finish up here. Now, the cord could flex downward, allowing the lamb to feed on the grass and plants surrounding it. Once the plants within reach were eaten, the lamb died. It could be eaten once dead, and its blood supposedly tasted sweet like honey. Its wool was said to be used by the native people of its homeland to make head coverings and other articles of clothing. The only carnivorous animals attracted to the lamb plant other than humans were wolves, archons. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on. The only carnivorous animals attracted to the lamb's plant other than humans were wolves, archons. So this is what you got going on here. So check this out. This is what you got going on. So, this story is an allegory of the situation the earthlings are in. See what I'm saying? This plant represents the tree of life you're living in. And look how they drew it. It looks like the plant is crucified the lamb. Now you see where they're getting these ideas from. You see what I'm saying? What they classify Jesus as, the Lamb of God. And what does it look like? It looks like the lamb is being crucified on a cross, right? Right. So this is what you got going on here. So this is all science, y'all. This is all science. Now, where was we? These 12 colors. Check this out. I did not see a temple in the city because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. You see what I'm saying? So now we know that the Lamb is the body. See what I'm saying? You know God is your soul. So the lamb is the body. Because the Lord God is operating through the lamb. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's a lamb of God. That means it's the projection of God. You see what I'm saying? What is the projection of God? This here. So, now, I did not say temple in the city because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are His temple. The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light, and the Lamb is His lamp. So what's going on here? The nations will walk by light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. On no day will its gates ever be shut, for there will be no night there. The glory and honor of the nations will be brought into it. Nothing impure will ever enter it, nor will anyone who does what is shameful or deceitful, but only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life. Let's talk about this. What are they talking about here? You know, what are they talking about? They said the city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light, and the lamb is His lamp. What are they talking about? We just went over this. We just talked about bioluminescence. That's been the subject of the week. So let's talk about this bioluminescence. How does it work? Let's see here. Here we go.
So here's where we were last night. Can you quickly tilt up a little bit? Okay. Is that good? That's nice. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's excellent. Some more. That, please.
The starlight cameras reveal one of the little-known wonders of the world, and a key to finding the giant squid. Bioluminescence.
It's normally too dim to see, but on a starry night like this, it's perfect. Most people have no idea that, in fact, most of the creatures down there tonight have the ability to make light.
That's a lot brighter than what I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go back a little bit.
It's normally too dim to see, but on a starry night like this, it's perfect. Most people have no idea that, in fact, most of the creatures down there tonight have the ability to make light. That is really utterly extraordinary, mesmerizing, actually. Look at that, look at that. Yeah. The images are really quite special, like nothing that we've ever done, or I think indeed nothing anyone's ever seen before.
The starlight cameras show something even stranger. Seawater glows when stirred. It's actually minute plankton illuminating when agitated.
So what they saying here? Not only does the sea creatures in the sea can bioilluminate or generate the glow, the sea itself, the water itself, can generate the glow as well. Oh yeah, this is about to get deep, y'all.
And this light is especially clear when large creatures swim through the water. Human, giant squid, or even its miniature relative, the cuttlefish. Like the squid, it moves quickly using jet propulsion, squirting water through a tube under its head. In the dark, this jet produces a sparkling sparkling trail that immediately reveals its position. The team hopes to find the giant squid with its bioluminescent trail. Like the starlight cameras, the giant squid's eye is enormously sensitive.
Giant squids have the largest eyes of any animal in the animal kingdom. I like to say that it is the size of a human head. So look at each other and just imagine nothing but an eyeball sitting on the shoulders. And that gives a pretty good idea of the maximum size of a giant squid eyeball.
The team believe they know what this eye is for, detecting the same living light the starlight cameras see. But will the system work in the crushing deep of the giant squid's realm?
So they just showed you bioluminescence. So what is bioluminescence? Bioluminescence is your ability to generate light from within you utilizing your own inner life force, chi. Now this is what's about to blow y'all mind. We all have the natural ability to bioluminate, especially if you got souls. So check this out. Hold on here. Let's see. Where do I want to start? We'll get into biofluorescence next. Let's see here. Says here the light is 1,000 times weaker than the human eye can perceive. At such a level, it is unlikely to serve any evolutionary purpose in humans, though when emitted more strongly by animals such as fireflies, glowworms, and deep sea fish, it can be used to attract mates for illumination. Now, what are they talking about here? So they talking about this light can even attract the mates that you want. We talk about this soul attraction, right? You know, versus the trauma-based attraction that's been going on for some time due to the low vibrations that's been going on the planet, right? Now, although it has been known for many years that all living creatures produce a small amount of light as a result of chemical reactions within their cell, this is the first time light produced by humans has been captured on camera. What are they talking about? This is what they're talking about here. Okay, that's definitely too bright. Hold on. Yeah, you don't even need much. It's a white screen. This is what they talking about here. I showed this in my post the other day. Look at the different phases until we get to the bottom here. And his whole body is full of light, right? As he meditates. Like he's meditating up here. See what I'm saying? So as he meditates, his whole body becomes full of light. See what I'm saying? What's up, Michael? What's up, Jesus? So now, this is where it gets good. This is where it gets good. Now, they just told you that all living creatures produce a small amount of light as a result of chemical reactions within their cell. This is the first time light produced by humans has been captured on camera, right? So they go on to say, bioluminescence is a side effect of metabolic reactions within all creatures, the result of highly reactive free radicals produced through cell respiration. So that means your cells can breathe. Yep. Interacting with free-flowing lipids and proteins. Now, lipids are actually what we like to call fat cells, but what they really are energetic storage centers, right? And proteins is DNA. We don't even have to go hard on that. The excited molecules that result can react with chemicals called fluorophores to emit photons. What is photons? Elementary subquantum light. You see what I'm saying? Subquantum light. You see what I'm saying? They elementary particles of light. They are the elementary antimatter version of protons, which emit light. So they just told you. Let's read that again. Bioluminescence is a side effect of metabolic reaction. What does your metabolism do? It breaks down foods or breaks down energy, period, within your body and transmutes it into what? Energy for your body. The result of higher reactive free radicals produced through cell respiration, breathing, interacting with free-flow lipids and proteins. The excited molecules, which means they vibrating high, their result can react with chemicals called fluorophores to emit photons. Now, what's fluorophores? These are what fluorophores look like, right? So what do they do? Right? So let's get into this. Fluorophores. Wrong picture. A fluorophore, similar to a chromophore, is a fluorescent chemical compound that can re-emit light upon light excitation, which means the energy is being when it says being excited, it's being invigorated, there's a kick to it, it's being shook up. I'm trying to look for the word here. It begins to vibrate, it begins to ricochet. That's the word I'm looking for. The light begins to ricochet, and when it begins to ricochet and vibrate, it begins to move at an accelerated rate, and it looks to be excited. You know how you jump up and down when you're excited? Yeah. Fluorophores typically contain several combined aromatic groups or planar or cyclic molecules within several pi bonds. So they're telling you that they can re-emit light upon light excitation, which was what we just read, right? Now, what they saying is that our bodies can naturally bioluminate on a chemical level. See what I'm saying? Who showed us this in the movies? Your boy showed enough. That's why he was glowing red. You see what I'm saying? He was glowing red, root chakra. He was showing us our body's natural ability to bioluminate or generate the glow. When the body generates a glow, naturally it generates a red frequency, cause that's the first light that they ever found out. The scientists ever discovered was red because of they didn't have technology for red, right? So the first color they seen was red. Then they got into greens and blues later on. But what they saying here is your body naturally generates or bioluminates on a smaller level. You see what I'm saying? On a small level. What's up, Angelica? Now, what's a good way to get your body to generate the natural glow, the red glow? Sure enough, right? Well, what's your body? What's a natural way to do this? We call it exercise, right? Exercising, dancing, choreography, aerobics, Pilates, martial arts. You know, these are all things. What's up, Chicky? These are all things that allows you to generate the red glow. That's why when somebody's been working out for long periods of time and they start to look good, they start to emit a what? A sublime glow. But it's the natural glow because it's physical. It's physical light. You see what I'm saying? It's physical light because your body automatically generates light when it's in a healthy state. You see what I'm saying? It generates it. It has its own natural bioluminescence. And stretching. There you go. Aerobics. Brandon, there you go. So, and calisthenics. Let's not forget that either. So, bartenders. So, this is what we talking about here. So, this energy, this red glow, naturally bioluminates out of you. Now, what some of the frequencies we already talked about is jasper, brown red, sardonyx, brown red, carnelian, brown red, right? Just a few, and jacinth is orange red. So some of these colors are already emitting red frequencies. See what I'm saying? And it's because your body can naturally bioilluminate. And this is not, we ain't even getting into nothing spiritual. Your body does this anyway. You see what I'm saying? When you're doing the work. Your body automatically does this. But it's up to you to take it to its highest levels through like your diets, through your workouts, through your Taibo, your conditioning. You see what I'm saying? Your bartender work, your aerobics and Pilates and dancing and whatever other form of work and martial arts. You see what I'm saying? That you do, right? So you raising that Kundalini in another way. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even raised the Kundalini on this level yet. We're gonna get to the Kundalini side of it. You just working out your body as it is. That's why the average person, when they work out and they do all these things and they look healthy and everything, they appear to be intimidating because they projecting what? They projecting the red glow. You see what I'm saying? They show nothing it. That's what you seeing here. That's what you seeing. So a lot of people is like, they don't believe that we can glow. They say it's pseudo, but it's not pseudo. It's already been proven. It's already been proven that you can bioluminate. So you can bioluminate. This what you got going on here. So let's see here. So now that you understand that you can naturally bioluminate just through base workout, cardio, calisthenics, Taibo, bartenders, aerobics, Pilates, the list goes on. Zumba, dancing, which is dancing. The martial arts, you do that, build your own program or whatever for your workouts. You see what I'm saying? And this allows you to generate the red glow. The red glow. One more time before we move on. So that's your natural ability to bioluminate. Natural bioluminescence. Before we get into anything else, right? Just pure science, right? Before we get into the good stuff, before we get into the fun stuff, the spiritual side of it. Now, when you get into the spiritual side of it, then you find out that you can take this biolumination a step farther. You can actually go from just natural bioluminance to ultra bioluminance through a Kundalini awakened biolumination process, which we just simply call the Kundalini awakening. How does this work? All right. Now we're looking at who? Bruce Leroy. He glowed gold. Why? Because he opened up his 7 doors, his stairway to heaven, his Dante's ladder, right? His chakras, right? He climbed them chakras. So when he climbed his ladder, his Dante's ladder, when he awoke to the glow inside him, and he learned how to bioluminate his energy on a soul level, then he began to generate a sublime golden glow. You see what I'm saying? Golden glow. So this is the first level. Or this is the next level after awakening after taking control of your natural bioluminescent process, which is showing up. Now you get into your Kundalini awakened bioluminescent process. Now, what's going on? How do you generate this process? How does the Kundalini awakening process start? Alright. Now there's 2 types of Kundalini awakening. There's a partial Kundalini awakening, which the first Kundalini awakening is wrapped around the base of your root chakra in your perineum. Once you arouse there and it rises up into your mind, it shoots out here and it shoots out here. It's 2 chambers that allows that energy to shoot out, right? Bioluminate, right? Now, there's a second Kundalini awakening, which is a full body Kundalini awakening. which is the whole fucking Kundalini energy, and also known as the Dragon Queen or the Dragon Force, that's wrapped around the base of your Earth Star chakra below your feet. When you awaken this, then that energy flows up from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, and it fills your whole body. And now your whole body becomes full of light. First, your eye was full of light. Cause what? Thine eye full of light because your partial Kundalini awakening went straight where? Up into your third eye and out your crown. So now this area here is in light. This whole area here, the dome, is in light. Next comes your full body Kundalini awakening. Once you go through that partial Kundalini awakening process, and that energy flow up through your body, supercharging your cells in your body. You see what I'm saying? Causing the melanocytes in your body to heat up and superconduct. And when this superconduction happens and it fills out all through your body, your body begins to emit the sublime glow. Now your whole body is full of light, right? So now everything from head to toe is nuclear now. It's solar now, right? That's solar ether, right? So now that full body solar ether. Once that happens, now what goes on next is your body can't contain no more light, right? So where's it gonna go? Naturally, since there's nowhere else for it to go in your body, it's going to project out of you into your electromagnetic aura. It's going to erupt out of you, combust out of you into your electromagnetic aura and begins to seep into it. And that's when your whole aura becomes full of light and you become like the sun. Because now everything about you is full of light. And that's when motherfuckers start looking at you crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because now they can see your light now. You see what I'm saying? They can see all of it and it's all this glory. You may not notice it. You know, you doing the work, but you know, you don't know the fruits of your labor until other motherfuckers outside of you bear witness to it and alert you to it a lot of times, right? So this was going on here. So you bioluminate. And once you bioluminate, that's when the energy inside of you explodes. You see what I'm saying? Out of you, and you become like the sun. You're a walking orb of light now. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, the electromagnetic field is all around you, right? So you're a walking walking orb of light. You see what I'm saying? So since you're a walking orb of light, you are the sun now. You are the light, and that's what they saying here. That's what they saying here in these verses. I did not see a temple in the city because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light, and the Lamb is his lamp. The nations will walk by his light, and the King of the kings of earth will bring their splendor into it. So they basically saying that you are generating your own light. You the God. So you the God, right? The Lamb is your body. The temple is your body. Is another reference to it, or what's going on inside of your body. How about that? The city does not need the sun. That's your own universe. You don't need the sun or moon no more. That's why a lot of y'all, once y'all get on this level, you don't really care too much for the creation anymore because you generate your own light now. What the fuck you need with creation? Creation is light. I mean, it's cool for extra bonus, some bonus content or whatever, but you don't really need it. You see what I'm saying? It's just there for you to enjoy at this point, observe and enjoy it, but you don't need it anymore. So since you don't need the sun and the moon, and God gives you light, your soul is giving you light freely now, then you become the sun here on the earth. You see what I'm saying? You become the walking sun, the living sun. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. And you're no longer a child of the sun because you are the sun. You've become it. You see what I'm saying? You've become it. So now, let's see here. Now the nations will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. Who are the kings of the earth? the kings of the earth are the forces of the earth, the natural forces, the deities. You see what I'm saying? They will bring their splendor into it because they are also attracted to your light. That's why when you on this level, you can be like, what up, Shango? And that nigga be like, what up? Because they are attracted to your light because those forces are in you. Now, that part there, what it says, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it, which leads us to the second part, biofluorescence. Now, what is biofluorescence? Biofluorescence is your ability to absorb energy from your environment and produce color radiation, right? And this, we gonna get into it a little bit more. Then we're gonna show y'all the video real quick, so I can explain the whole thing to y'all. Cause I'm only explaining half, cause we're gonna talk about half. So let's get into biofluorescence, and we can break down the whole verse.
Up next, a team of researchers embark on an underwater adventure and stumble upon an unexpected, colorful world. My research on biofluorescence started accidentally. At the beginning of 2011, I went down to Little Cayman Island to help some colleagues photograph coral biofluorescence. And just by accident, a green fluorescent eel happened to swim in front of one of our photographer's cameras. We didn't actually see that underwater. It was only afterwards in the image that the photographer presented to us. We thought at first it was a joke that it was photoshopped in, but he confirmed that it wasn't. And then we could tell that it was a false moray eel, and it was brightly green. There was nothing reported in the literature about green fluorescence in fishes, so it got us thinking about how widespread this phenomenon might be in fishes, and then led to other studies where we went down and collected as many fishes as we could and scanned them for biofluorescence.
We felt like we were really onto something new here, like we were just starting to discover all these different families. There'd been one paper that mentioned a little bit of red fluorescence, but now we were seeing green, we were seeing patterns, we're seeing both green and red, and the fact that we were seeing it in so many different species really got us excited. Biofluorescence is an optical property in which light is absorbed and then given back off at slightly lower energy. So blue light might be absorbed, taken in, and given back off almost instantaneously as green or reds.
I don't know if y'all heard that.
Biofluorescence is an optical property in which light is absorbed and then given back off at slightly lower energy. So blue light might be absorbed, taken in, and given back off almost instantaneously as green or reds. Biofluorescence was first discovered in the 1960s. The scientists found that it was tightly coupled with a bioluminescent jellyfish, where the jellyfish is producing a blue light, and there was this green fluorescent protein that was absorbing that blue light and giving off the green light that you would see from the animal. As the molecular biology revolution took hold in the 1990s, they were able to figure out the sequence of that fluorescent protein. They could take that out, put it in front of another gene, and in a living organism, it's like putting a bicycle reflector on it. And suddenly now you could look at gene expression, you could see how proteins move around inside cells. So this really has transformed our way in which we can study life. It probably took us over 2 years of designing different kinds of equipment that we can use to study fish biofluorescence. For the submarine, we've also designed different kinds of cameras that could go to 4,000 meters deep.
We use very high energy blue lights to stimulate biofluorescence. And then we have a filter over the camera that takes out this blue energizing light and lets us see the lower energy, longer wavelengths, the greens, red, oranges, and yellows. Many of the fish groups in which biofluorescence is very common have a filter built into their eye that enables them to see biofluorescence. It functions to eliminate any reflected ambient or blue light, the same kind of setup we'd use in our cameras.
In our search to find out how many species and how prevalent biofluorescence is, we took trips to the Bahamas, we took trips to the Solomon Islands, we went to the Mystic Aquarium, and we kind of went tank by tank by tank, seeing which fish displayed biofluorescence.
What I found most surprising is just how widespread it is across the tree of life for bony fishes and cartilaginous fishes as well. What I also find interesting is that it's most varied and most common in very cryptically patterned camouflage lineages on the reef. Fishes that you would never notice otherwise. Under white light, under fluorescent light, they're extremely brilliant and vivid. We know that biofluorescence probably functions in mating behavior and communication within a species. So species are somehow identifying each other, potentially using fluorescent patterns, which is quite novel. We have to put ourselves in the position of the fish and what they can see. And some of these patterns may actually act to make the fish very difficult to see for other fish.
For more from the American Museum of Natural History, check out the link on our website.
So there y'all go. There y'all go. Biofluorescence. It's your ability to generate light and transmute it into different colors. Now this is where it gets good. In your body, this process is called melanogenesis. Alright. Hold on, let me get to it. There it is. The process looks something like this. Okay, that's very bright. Hold on. It looks something like this. The sun is being absorbed by your melanin. It's being transmuted into all your products and all your different cells, and it produces, they say it produces hyperpigmentation. But to the truth be told, it's really, hyperpigmentation is color. You see what I'm saying? Hypercolor, color radiation. So now, what are we talking about here? So how does this biofluorescence process work? You absorb light from the sun, solar radiation, into your melanin. Your melanin absorbs the energy. Now, light is made up of electricity, magnetism, and heat. So when your melanin absorbs this, it also begins to superconduct. And then once it superconducts, it vibrates really, really high and begins to shake. And then it spontaneously combusts. You see what I'm saying? It spontaneously combusts. And out of that combustion is produced multiple different colors. You see what I'm saying? Multiple different colors. Which is why your chakras have multiple different colors. Hold on, let's see here. Let me find out a picture of the chakra system, so y'all can go over this. Let's see here. Alright, here we go. This is your chakra system, right? It's emitting multiple colors, right? That's due to the melanogenesis process happening inside of you, producing the rainbow matrix of your chakra system, and by extension, the electromagnetic aura field around you. So the colors of these chakras is being produced by your even the aura in your body, because you have multiple chakras inside of you, right? You have multiple chakras inside of you. So all your chakras emits different colors. And this is why. It emits, what's up, Ty? What's up, Queen? What's up, Brian? It emits different colors. This rainbow matrix of multiple colors is done by this process known as biofluorescence, also called melanogenesis, inside of you. Now, let's get back to what we were talking about. Again, I did not see a temple in the city, because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are his temple. The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light, and the Lamb is his lamp. The nations will walk by his light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. Now we can talk about the whole verse. It says here that the city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it. Your melanin will no longer need sunlight. You see what I'm saying? To thrive. You see what I'm saying? It will no longer need sunlight or moonlight to thrive. And because your melanogenesis process is getting a complete overhaul. So they think they chemtrail in the sky, and they trying to figure out why these niggas still getting stronger when we blotting out the sun. Because the new program, the new melanogenesis program, the biofluorescence program inside of you don't require solar radiation from the sun or moon anymore. You see what I'm saying? They tell you what it requires. You see what I'm saying? Tell you what it is. Does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of the God gives it light. So your soul is giving you light. And the lamb is his lamp, because the body is full of light, right? That's why it's a lamp. The nations will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. What is the nations? The nations is your chakras. So your chakras is walking by the light, of course, because they glow too. Different rainbow colors, right? The rainbow body, right? That's what your chakra system is. And the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. So the deities, which are the natural forces, will bring their splendor, their consciousness, their light, their wisdom into this new melanogenesis process, which is why you are the deities, or the deity as we call ourselves now. You know, you are the deity, and the deities work for you and with you now to produce the glow, this splendor. So the biofluorescent process, you can absorb any energy now. That's why, shit, let's see, it hasn't been sunny here for a whole week. Ask me, have I thought about the sun? Of course, outside of me noticing that they just blocking out the sun, ask me, have I really thought about it, or has that fucked up my day? Because used to, when you don't see the sun for 7 to 10 days, it makes you real moody. You see what I'm saying? You get real depressed. You know, when we was operating on the old program, or the old style of melanogenesis. But now, in the new style of melanogenesis and biofluorescence, the new program, you don't need sun and moonlight. You generate any energy no matter what. The force is all around you and in you at all times. So that's all you need. That's what the nations will walk by as light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. That's what they mean. The kings are the natural forces of this planet, and they're bringing their splendor into you by way of the force, because all of them are driven by the life force. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to get into this even more. So now, on no day will his gates ever be shut, for there will be no night there. Why is there no night? What do you need night for when you bioilluminate, when you generating the glow, when you become this beautiful crystalline being, which will look something like, hold on, let me get up here, something like this. What you need, what you need with, you know that Sarah from he was enlightened, right? He was fully enlightened. What you need with night. Night means that there's darkness. You know, the night represents ignorance. You see what I'm saying? The ignorance. You know, that's what night represents. You know, so the light is intelligence. Night is ignorance in this case. You know, dead consciousness, zombified state, zombification. You see what I'm saying? That's why they said there will be no night there. The glory and honor of the nations will be brought into it. Nothing impure will ever enter it, nor will anyone who does what is shameful or deceitful, but only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life. Now, the body's book of life. You are your own book of life. You telling your own story. You see what I'm saying? You are your own universal author. You see what I'm saying? So you write your own book of life right now. That's why you're down here, to experience this in your own way. And of course, it go another picture. You know, I showed this in another lecture. I think it was Genie's Wish. You know, let's see. Here you go again. You're full of light. You see what I'm saying? Where's the other one? Boom. Here go all of us. Full of light. Solar beings, soul beings. We will get back to that glow. Nah, we ain't getting back to the old glow. We producing a whole new glow. So this is what you got going on here. So now we go into chapter 22 of the book, which is the river of life. Now we just told you the seawater also glows as well. The planktons. What's a plankton? Let's find out. Let's find out what a plankton is. Let's find out what are planktons in the water. If we know what planktons is, then we can relate them to the body, right? It says here, planktons are a diverse collection of organisms found in water or air that are unable to prepare themselves against a current or wind. The individual organisms constituting planktons are called plankters. In the ocean, they provide a crucial source of food to many small and large aquatic organisms, such as bivalves, fish, and whales. And here go a picture of those organisms right here. You know, we just seen them. What's up, Blake? So now, marine plankton include bacteria, archaea, algae, protozoa, and drifting and floating animals that inhabit the salt water of oceans and the brackish waters of estuaries. Freshwater plankton are similar to marine plankton but are found in the freshwaters of lakes and rivers. Planktons are usually thought of as inhabiting water, but there are also airborne versions, the aeroplankton, that live part of their lives drifting in the atmosphere. These include plant spores, pollen, and wind-scattered seeds, as well as microorganisms swept into the air from terrestrial dust storms and oceanic plankton swept into the air by sea spray. Let's see here. Let's see. Anything else worth reading? Nope. So, all right. So what they saying is plankton, they pretty much a diverse collection of pretty much water. The very diverse collection of organisms found in water or air, right? So they air molecules and fucking, you know, water molecules. But more importantly, these molecules in water or the sea can be agitated, and they generate light. Agitation just basically means they are absorbing light and vibrating so high that the water itself glows. Oh yes, the water itself glows. You see what I'm saying? So this is what we talking about, the river of life. Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb, down the middle of the great street of the city. On each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. No longer will there be any curse. The throne of God and the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve him. They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads. Peak game here. There will be no more night. They will not need the light of a lamp or the light of the sun, For the Lord God will give them light, and they will reign forever and ever. Now, so what is this river of life? Of course, we know it's the force, the life force, right? But it's also not only just the life force, the river of life or the water of life. It's also your ability to bioluminate and biofluoresce. So it's your ability to generate the force, bioluminate, and biofluoresce. You see what I'm saying? All these things. You see what I'm saying? So those are the three things. So that's so that's what makes up the river of life. Where does the rivers of life flow through? Your meridians, in your meridian system, and also your veins in your body, the blood cells, because your body can bioluminate too. Sure enough, right? We just got that together. So now this is what I want y'all to pay attention to. We're gonna go back over this again. The angel showed me the river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, because the force has no color. It's transparent. Flowing from the throne of God, your crown chakra, and of the Lamb, your body, down the middle of the great street of the city, your spine, and also meridians. On each side of the river stood the tree of life, which is your whole being. You see what I'm saying? Bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. You know that there's actually 12 spheres on the tree of life, not just 10. See what I'm saying? There's 2 hidden spheres that they took off. You know these motherfuckers ain't shit. It's 12 spheres on the tree of life, and there's 12 spheres on the tree of knowledge. You see what I'm saying? The Kabbalah and the Kalipah, making 24 spheres of consciousness. You see what I'm saying? 24. And you know, and then you got the 3. You got 6 more. The 3 are Ain Soft, and Ain Soft are, which are the 3 divine emanations from the Pleroma. And then you got like 3 for the Kalipah. I can't think of them off the top of my head. It's like Desolation, something like that. Which is the 3 levels of darkness that break you down and prepare you for your journey through the Kalipah. You see what I'm saying? So now, let's see. And the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations, which is what's happening to you now. So the leaves of the tree. What do leaves represent on the tree? It represents consciousness. You see what I'm saying? Individual sparks. You see what I'm saying? On the tree. You see what I'm saying? The leaves are individual, because trees have their own level of consciousness, right? They are their own individual consciousness. So the leaves represents the individual souls who are on this path. And so these leaves, star seeds, have chosen to do what here? They have chosen to heal. You see what I'm saying? Healing of the nations, healing their chakra system, because their chakra system was shut down. Once they heal the nation, then everything else begins to come online slowly but surely. See what I'm saying? Keep going here. No longer would there be any curse. We just talked about generational curses period, and yada 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 yada. The generational curses is all the shit, all the fucked up shit that was stored up in your bloodline during this down cycle that you had to purge in this life. You know, so you weren't just purging for your life, you was purging for motherfucking multiple lives. You finally probably got to a point where you done purged all that shit out of you, because now it doesn't take as long. Like, it took years for us to do it, you know, because we were still in the Piscean energy. But now that we in this Aquarian energy, they're going to take y'all not nearly as long to purge out, as long as you do the work, especially since you got fucking YouTube and you got shadow work, subliminal hypnosis tapes that you can listen to speed that shit up and go and get it over with. You see what I'm saying? So you got stuff like that out now. We only dreamed of having that when we was doing shadow work. Well, you know, that shit would save so much time. But since we didn't have that, then we had to do it the old-fashioned way. Do hard work, reflection, introspection, suffering, you know, being slapped in the face about the outer reality, or the thought forms that was created in the outer reality due to us not dealing with the traumas and blockages for so long. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Let's continue here. Let's continue. The throne of God and the Lamb of God will be in the city, and his servants will serve him. Your inner forces, your internal forces. They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads. They will see his face. You will be able to see the face of your soul in your mind's eye. You can do that now. See what I'm saying? You can summon the face of your soul in your mind's eye. And his name will be on their foreheads. What's the name? The name is, number one, your own soul name, but mainly it's an awakened pineal gland and third eye. That's why it's on your forehead. No, really what it should say is in your forehead and on your forehead. You see what I'm saying? Because if it's in your forehead, then automatically it's gonna be on your forehead. It's the seal of God. It's gonna manifest like this. If you did that, if you went the Baphomet route, or it may manifest like this if you went the Phoenix route. You know, depending on which path you took. You know, those are usually the seals of God. That's what they look like, the Baphomet head and the Phoenix. You see what I'm saying? The Phoenix. So yeah. Now where are we? There will be no more night. They keep telling you this. they said this like 4 times already in these 2 chapters. They are stressing that there will be no more night, which means that you will never have to look this dense, and full of ignorance ever again. Because when the eye is full of light, then thy body is full of light. But when the eye is full of darkness, then thy body is full of darkness, right? So darkness is ignorance, density, sleep consciousness. You see what I'm saying? Zombie consciousness. You know, whatever you want to say. And so since your eye is closed and full of darkness and ignorance, then naturally your body is full of darkness and ignorance. So you never have to go through this process of reawakening ever again. This is basically what they promising you here. Once you awaken to this and you do what you're supposed to do, you never have to worry about going back into that zombified state ever again. You see what I'm saying? That's what they talking about here. There will be no more night. They will not need the light of a lamp or the light of the sun. They are stressing this as well. You see what I'm saying? So you won't need the light of an outer lamp. See where my hand at? It's pointing to that light there. You won't need that no more. You see what I'm saying? You won't need that light no more. Nor the light of the sun. You see what I'm saying? You won't need neither one. So you won't need the light you won't need a lamp, which is just basically what the light is in the house, lamps. And you won't need the light of the sun. You will no longer need those programs anymore. For the Lord God will give them light. Your soul will provide light for you through the process of bioillumination. You will be able to fully bioilluminate to the highest degree. What's up, New? So this is what they talking about here, y'all. This is what they talk about. This is what they talking about. Let me read that one more time. They will not, let's see. They will see his face, and his name will be on their forehead, an awakened third eye, and a fully activated pineal gland. And so that seal of God will be on your forehead. That name, the name is the frequency, the vibration. Y'all souls have their own song. So that song is the name that they're picking up on. You see what I'm saying? A name is, when we say what is your name, we're not talking about Marvin Jones. We know that's your name. On the physical. Now, what is your soul name? What is you on a soul level? What is your vibrations? What is your song on a soul level? So that's what they talking about here. What is your song on the soul level? This Revelation is chapter 21 and 22. New. So what is that song on the soul level? So we want to hear that music. We want to hear who you really are. What is your real name? And so it will be projected on your forehead, because your consciousness will let them know what your name is through rhythms, vibrations, harmonies, and frequencies. You see what I'm saying? Of that. And it will be written on your forehead. You will say, okay, this motherfucker here is in light. Check. Here go his name. Check. All that will be read through your light language. Because remember, your soul has its own intelligence and has its own language. So peep gang here. Peep gang here. So there will be no more night. I mean, you never have to deal with darkness and ignorance and a closed third eye ever again. Shit. They will not need the light of a lamp or the light of the sun. You will never need the light in your house or the light of the sun in the sky ever again. For the Lord God will give them light, and they will reign forever and ever. Your own soul will provide light for you through this bioluminescence process. Full crystalline bioluminescence. They tell you you're going to be a crystalline light being. This is where we getting all this shit from. You know, the angel said to me, these words are trustworthy and true. The Lord, the God of the spirits of the prophets, sent his angels to show his servants the things that must soon take place. And then you get into the second half where they talk about Jesus coming. I'm going to skip some of that. You know, let him who does not. Okay, that's just a warning. Behold, I am coming soon. My reward is with me, and I will give to everyone according to what he has done. I am the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Blessed are those who wash their robes. That means purify themselves doing their internal work. They may have the right to the tree of life and may go through the gates into the city. They talking about your city, your universe. You see what I'm saying? Your city is your universe, your own personal dimensions within you, and realms and planes of existences, and planets and solar systems and yada 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 yada, multiverse. We go on and on. Outside are the dogs, those who practice magic arts, the sexually immoral, the murderers, the idolaters, and everyone who loves and practices falsehood. I, Jesus, have sent my angels to give you the testimony for the churches. I am the root and offspring of David and the bright morning star. So he just told you he Lucifer. See what I'm saying? Why Lucifer? Why is Jesus referring to himself as Lucifer? What's up, Malik? What's up, John? He's referring to himself as Lucifer because who was Lucifer? Lucifer was the brightest star in heaven, or better yet, the brightest soul in heaven, before he fell down here into this matrix and started dealing with the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Start dealing with what we've been dealing with. You are that bright soul that fell from the heavens and into this demiurgic reality and start dealing with this bullshit. You ain't even supposed to be here. That's what really make it insane. You don't even supposed to be here. You see what I'm saying? All the text say you don't even supposed to be down here. But you, the cosmic warrior and warriors, chose to come down here to deal with this and experience what life is like on the lowest level, where life, suffering, pain, death, conditions, mortality, all that. You came to experience fear, trauma, blockages, all that. You came down here to experience all of that. So you can judge this plane by saying, I lived it for such amount of time, and let me say I never want to do that shit ever again. That's basically what it is about. I went through it. I burned myself out. I did everything I wanted to do. I burned out all my desires. I lived the life I wanted to live. You can't. There's nothing in this universe that you can tell me to say, hey, you want to go back down there? I'm gonna tell you, hell, motherfucking no. You can go fuck yourself. You on your own. You see what I'm saying? And so this is what you got going on here. So this is what he talking about here when we dealing with Lucifer. You are that bright soul that came down here. How we know you the bright soul? That Luciferian energy. What Lucifer is a child of Sophia, one of them. The Christ is the other one. Who is Christ? Christ, the Christos. Christos means what? The grave. So the Lord of the underworld, the melanin. You see what I'm saying? So if the Christ is the melanin, then Lucifer is the spark. You see what I'm saying? that spawns out of the melanin. You see what I'm saying? That divine spark inside of you, that all spark inside of you that we've been talking about for these with the celestial energy. You see what I'm saying? That lives in you. So that since that all spark, that all consciousness lives inside of you, that all light, you are that bright star. You see what I'm saying? That bright morning star. Not MORNING. Morning. MOURNING. The bright sad star. You see what I'm saying? Or sad soul. Because you know where you at. Once you wake up to realize what the fuck is going on, and you start tapping back into your soul self, you know there's some sad shit here. You think it was hell before you awoken. When you awaken to what's really going on around this bitch, you be like, damn. Well, I buy a ticket to leave this motherfucker. Or either A, I buy a ticket to leave this motherfucker, or B, we gotta do something about getting these motherfuckers off this plane. Or C, we just gonna destroy it all together and start and build something new. You see what I'm saying? Build something new. So let's continue here. Let's continue. You know, let's continue going here. So, the Spirit and the bride said, come, and let him who hears say, the Spirit and the bride said, come, and let him who hears say, come. Whoever is thirsty, let him come, and whoever wishes, let him take the free gift of the water of life, a.k.a. your life force, a.k.a. bioluminescence, a.k.a. biofluorescence. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. This is what they talking about. So that shit free. As long as you do the work to get it back. You was already born with it, but you was derailed. Shit, when you got down here in this traffic jam of a reality, all hell broke loose. Shit, cars was crashing, shit was flying everywhere, planes crashing, all type of crazy shit. So that built up trauma. That built up trauma inside of you. You had to heal it. Once you heal it, your light is automatically unleashed inside of you. You notice that just doing your shadow work, your Kundalini automatically aroused. Like, finally, this nigga done fucking finally cleared out enough of this bullshit to where I can rise. See what I'm saying? Yo, the night inside of you, the darkness inside of you, the ignorance, the pain, the suffering, the misery, the trauma is what's weighing your Kundalini down. You see what I'm saying? And that's what kept it from rising. That's why the shadow work is so important. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this whole game is about, is dealing with the bullshit these niggas threw at you. Once you heal that, then from that point on, you can glow in peace. You see what I'm saying? Or as they say in the text, you may rest now. You can glow in peace. Even though you down here still dealing with this bullshit, most of y'all living in peace and harmony within yourselves, because you know that you are soul first and a body second, and the soul is eternal. Your God force is eternal. Your melanin is eternal. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So now, let's continue on to the next part of the lecture. I am done with that. So we slide it over there. Let's see here. The Neo gene. Ah, yes. The potential to become the one. Well, let's talk about the Matrix here for a second. You know, the Matrix is one of the most beloved movies that came out in the last 20, 30 years, right? So now, the Neo gene is like this. First, your boy Thomas Anderson. We pick up in the Matrix, we see Thomas Anderson, right? You know, played by Keanu Reeves. Thomas Anderson is looking for something. He knows he awoke into something, but he don't know what the fuck it is, right? So, who does Thomas Anderson represent? He represents your straw man. Now, they gonna tell you that the straw man is your name and all this shit here. No, that's not what the straw man is. The straw man, like they showed you in the Wiz, like Michael Jackson showed you in the goddamn Wiz. The straw man is a body without consciousness. Did he not show you that in the movie? I'm a scarecrow. I'm a living being without a brain. Basically, I'm a body without its consciousness. Cause all of them was missing something in the Wiz, right? The Tin Man was a robot, an automaton, because he didn't have no heart, no soul, right? And then you had the Lion. You know, he was a scaredy cat. He was a bitch nigga. See what I'm saying? You a bitch nigga because he lacked what? He lacked courage. You see what I'm saying? He was full of fear. So all of them had to find these pieces of the puzzle, and Dorothy being the Wiz, the real Wiz, because the Wiz they showed her in the movie played by Richard Pryor was the ego, right? It was the ego, cause he was just telling her to do shit she didn't even have to do to become the Wiz. She could just click the heels 3 times, been the fuck up out of there. But that's not how it worked. She had to go deal with Eveline. Who does Eveline represent? Eveline represents the demiurge. Why does she represent the demiurge? She represented the demiurge because she was doing what? Keeping everybody enslaved in a false reality by how was she doing it? Having them go to work. They worked nonstop without breaks, which is pretty much slavery. They worked nonstop without breaks and without goddamn time to themselves. So they was pretty much burnt out. My nigga said they ain't had a break in like 3 days. They ain't had a break in 3 days. So she represented the demiurgic energy in this movie. That's what Eveline was, you know. So she was killed by what? Water. Why was she weak against water? We just talked about it. We just talked about what the water of life really is, the force. You see what I'm saying? That life force, that biolumination. When you bioluminate, the water itself even bioluminates. So when Dorothy got her shit together, she activated her energy inside of her. That's the switch she pulled. Then the rain came down and killed everybody. You see what I'm saying? Well, it killed Eveline, my bad. And everybody else was free. They pulled that bullshit off and they started bioluminating and biofluorescing around here. And they danced their ass off. That's all you gonna do is have a cosmic party. Once this shit over with, for real. You know, that's all you gonna do. So now, and they finally in the scarecrow finally found his consciousness. The goddamn Tin Man finally found his heart soul, or his soul, and the fucking Lion finally found his courage. You know, his willpower. You see what I'm saying? He finally got that solar plexus operational. So, and Dorothy was able to go home by clicking her heels 3 times. And all she had to do was activate her pineal pituitary and hypothalamus gland to do that. So, Thomas Anderson is where Dorothy was when she got fucking whisked away from Kansas. You know, Kansas is the physical dimension. Right? When she got to Oz, she really seen what was going on, how these motherfuckers really operate on the astral plane, right? That's what Oz was, the astral plane. And so she really seen what these niggas was really doing. You see what I'm saying? She was like, she couldn't even believe that shit, right? So Thomas Anderson has the same problems in the Matrix. So Thomas Anderson is actually his straw man because he's a body without consciousness. Now he's coming into his consciousness. He knows something wrong. He feeling something, but he don't know what the fuck it is. So he's searching, he looking, but he don't really know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? He meets Morpheus. Morpheus is who? The Greek god of dreams. See what I'm saying? And what does Morpheus tell him? Nigga, you in a dream. Nigga, you in a dream. Wake the fuck up. You know, wake up out your dream. Come back to the real world. You see what I'm saying? Come back to the real world. And that's what he did. When he came to the real world, he became who? Neo. Neo is what? Neo is the one, or the number one, or the word one scrambled. So what that mean? He still ain't there yet. He halfway there though. So that makes him what? A demigod, an empath. He fully understands that feeling now because Morpheus begins to train him on what's really going on. You know, what's going on here, Morpheus? Oh, yeah, you've been in the artificial reality. The world fucked up. The world fucked up. These niggas been feeding off you, vamping you like no tomorrow. Yes. And he gives him the rundown. And now we got to sit down and rebuild you from the ground up. First, we had to rebuild your body because it's been asleep for so long. Then we had to rebuild your mind. because it's been asleep for so long. Then we had to rebuild your spirit because it's been asleep for so fucking long. See what I'm saying? And finally, you get back to your soul. Now, so that's what he is. At this level, when he's receiving his training all through the Matrix, he on demigod status. Finally, when you see him tap into his power in the building, when he started walking on walls and shit and dodging bullets, now he had his third eye. He finally reached his third eye. He see what Morpheus is talking about. Okay, this is what you talking about, Morpheus. I'm the master. Okay. But still, he only got it on a certain level. That's why he only had his third eye. He ain't reached that crown level yet, which is the final stage. And if you don't believe me, you know Agent Smith shot fucking Neo 6 times, right? Then you know he conquered 6 chakras. But you still got one more, my nigga. You still got one more. You see what I'm saying? Still got one more. So when he fully awakens, you know, him and Trinity have a moment. The fusion of the yin and yang energies inside of you. He fully awakens to who he is, which is the one, which is full God status. He a full God now. And what did he tell the bullets? He told the bullets no. Not N-O. No. K-N-O-W. Or G-N-O-S-I-S. Gnosis. Which is the original way of saying no. You see what I'm saying? Gnosis. To know. You see what I'm saying? It just means esoteric wisdom. Means to know or to be in the know. You see what I'm saying? So now he fully awakened to who the fuck he really is. Finally. I am who I am. So now he can open up this crown. And now he about their life. And the bullets, the reason why they couldn't hit him, of course, because it's telekinesis, we hit that part. But now the bullets no longer register him as a being in the Matrix. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're seeing. See, when they brought him back into the Matrix after his training, he was on the astral plane. Because remember, Zion was the real world. You see what I'm saying? That was the real world, right? So when he brought him back into the Matrix, that was the astral plane. And he was dealing with that bullshit on the astral level. So now, let's continue here. Let's continue. So when he fully awoken to who he was, you know, when he fully awoken to who he was, he became hell on earth. You know, his first act of business was to stop them damn bullets from killing him again. They had already died once, right? No need to do it twice in one lifetime. So the bullets no longer register him as fucking an actual being. So they stopped. Wait a minute, what are we hitting? What are we hitting? You know, all we see here is a being that don't exist in this space time. So they drop to the ground. That's what you're seeing here. That's what you're seeing. So now, let's get into the Neo Alliance, the New Earth Order Alliance, also known as Star Seeds, are on the rise as a collective consciousness. We have went through 2 great convergences, the Saturn-Jupiter convergence and now the Saturn-Jupiter-Mercury convergence, and there are more to come. What is the Neo Alliance? It is the New Earth Heart Order Alliance. Once upon a time, in one of my lectures way back when, I once said that we were children of the heart. Now we warriors of the heart. You see what I'm saying? Now we were warriors of the heart. We done upgraded now. See what I'm saying? We back to where we getting back to where we supposed to be and beyond. You see what I'm saying? And beyond. You see what I'm saying? We have come into this program to tear down the old installation operating system and install a new kingdom and queendom of hearts. That's what you're seeing. That's why everybody talk about their heart chakra down here, color green. See what I'm saying? A whole new operating system is being installed and ushered in. This is what you call a new age. What is an age? An age is an era, a new program, a new cycle of events that we've never experienced before. Pete Gang. What's up, Latia? So, Pete Gang here. Now, what was the objective of the one in the movie The Matrix? Let's find out. Let's find out what the objective of the one was.
The Matrix was first.
Put a light on that. There we go.
search is over. Get some rest.
My nigga dropped the bomb on him and told him to go to sleep.
For what? Your training.
So what did he say here that was of most importance? Niggas, but don't believe me when we said that
First of us
that when we be teaching these things.
taught us the truth. As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free.
Really now. Haven't we been saying that like 120 years now? As long as this demiurge of reality, this demiurge matrix continues to go on, we, the star children, and the indigenous people of the planet will never be free. He ain't said, we just got to deal with it until we get free. He said we will never, N-E-V-E-R, that's a long time, goddamn it, be free of this bullshit. That's basically what he said. So the one, or the ones, coming of the ones, hails the destruction of the matrix and brings freedom to the people. And you do this through gnosis. See what I'm saying? See, your enemies is about MK Ultra. They're about programming you with their bullshit to keep you on their frequencies so you can stay locked down. But we about gnosis. We about giving you the esoteric wisdom and information you need to break up out this shit. You see what I'm saying? To get free of this program. So now, this is what's happening here. So this is what Morpheus was telling him. You are the one, Neo. And which is interesting. He put one and Neo in the same sentence. That's deep, right? That's deep. We just said that Neo is scrambled, demigod energy, and fucking and the one is God energy, right? God consciousness, right? So demigod consciousness and God consciousness in the same damn sentence. So he telling him what it is. So you gotta usher in this new age. You see what I'm saying? You gotta usher it in. The ones, that's every star child who came down here to do work. See what I'm saying? You gotta usher it in yourself. Ain't nobody gonna help you. They can give some guidance or assistance or some ideas on how to do this or some impressions, or some insights or whatever. But you gotta perform the actions. You gotta put forth the effort down here to make it happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on. Let's see here. So yeah, that's what the objective of the one movie was. So now, let's get into the demiurge here. Before I forget her, I'm going to write her down. Real quick. Before I forget. Now, let's get into the demiurge. I told y'all I'll go over this video. One election. And it's about that time. That's the video y'all seen on my page. Some of y'all seen it, some of y'all didn't. Y'all about to see it now, though.
I don't care. I'd rather be here in spirit than not at all. A captain doesn't abandon ship.
Every hour you stay here makes it that much more difficult to leave.
Why are you pushing me? I've made up my mind. I'm staying here.
The cortical stimulator is working. I'm getting a weak pulse. She's coming back. I'll use cortisone along with the stimulator.
What was that? What happened?
What do you mean?
I saw Tuvok and Chakotay and the doctor.
Here?
No, it was different, as though I were looking up at them.
An hallucination like the others.
I didn't feel like the others. I didn't see myself. I was looking up at them. That's the real me, isn't it? Lying on the ground on that planet, dying. And this is the hallucination. This isn't real.
More denial. You're only making it harder on yourself.
You're trying very hard to convince me to come with you. Why is that? If what you're saying is true, why not let me come to the decision on my own?
I'm trying to spare you unnecessary pain.
My father would never act like this. He always believed I had to learn my own lessons, make my own mistakes. He never tried to shield me from life. Why would he try to shield me from death? You're not my father. I could be imagining you, but I don't think so. You have such a specific agenda. You're determined that I go with you somewhere. Who are you?
I'm trying to help you. Stop fighting me.
Are you an alien being of some kind? Is that it?
Her eyes are open. Vital signs are responding. Blood pressure 60/30. But the entity is still inhabiting her cerebral cortex, impeding your treatment. Catherine, hang on. We're bringing you back. Just fight a little longer.
The entity is inhabiting your cerebral cortex, your neocortex, better yet. And what did he say? Is fighting against the medicine.
30. But the entity is still inhabiting her cerebral cortex, impeding your treatment. Catherine, hang on. We're bringing you back. Just fight a little longer.
Blocking the treatment. So this motherfucker here, this demon urgent motherfucker, is trying to keep you here. You see what I'm saying? Trying to keep you in his matrix. You know, you don't know what's going on. You don't know when you ain't in the know. That motherfucker come see you and try to snatch up your soul, but you have to choose to go with that motherfucker. You know it. Here we go. You about to find that part out.
Direct synaptic stimulation might drive out the alien presence.
I was right. I heard Tuvok and Chakotay and the doctor. You're an alien. You created all these hallucinations, haven't you?
This is what my species does. At the moment just before death, one of us comes to help you understand what's happening, to make the crossing over an occasion of joy.
And what is that?
Our matrix, where your consciousness will live. I was being truthful when I said it was a place of wonder. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Then why didn't you tell me this from the beginning? Why pretend to be...
Ooh, did he spit game there? It's our matrix. He said, and I quote, my species, archons. Let me see here. Let's break it down piece by piece here.
At the moment just before death, one of us comes to help you understand what's happening.
You're an alien. You created all these hallucinations, haven't you?
This is what my species does. At the moment just before death, one of us comes to help you understand what's happening.
At the moment just before death, because remember, y'all the boy and his demiurgic homies and homies are gods of the living. So they gotta get you before you die. Or you fully transition over to the underworld. They gotta get you into their matrix, their light, which is what he's showing her here. So let's continue here.
Make the crossing over an occasion of joy.
And what is that?
Our matrix, where your consciousness will live. I was being truthful when I said it was a place of wonder. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Then why didn't you tell me this from the beginning? Why pretend to be my father?
Usually people are comforted to see their loved ones. It makes the crossing over a much less fearful occasion. I've done this many times, but I've never encountered someone so resistant. Something's happening. The alien presence is getting stronger again. Fight it, Catherine. Fight it just a little longer. I'll have to try a Thoron pulse.
My people are telling me to fight. They're trying to save me.
They're trying out of desperation. It's hopeless.
You're the one who sounds desperate. I don't get the feeling you're trying to make me comfortable. You're only interested in my agreeing to come with you.
Because it's inevitable.
And you don't strike me as any kind of good Samaritan. You're more like a vulture, preying on people at the moment of their death when they're most vulnerable.
Yep.
I've waited for you, but I've been patient.
But your patience is wearing thin. What's the real reason you want me in that matrix? Somehow I don't think it has anything to do with everlasting joy.
You must go with me.
If you could force me to go, you'd have done it already. You need me to agree, don't you? I have to go voluntarily.
Wouldn't that be better than standing here in this endless debate?
Let me tell you this. We can stand here for all eternity, and I will never choose to go with you.
You're in a dangerous profession, Captain. You face death every day. There'll be another time, and I'll be waiting. Eventually, you'll come into my matrix. And you will nourish me for a long, long time.
Go back to hell.
That last minute something serious.
Never choose to go with you.
Ain't that the light?
Dangerous profession, Captain. You face death every day. There'll be another time.
Hold on. Let me capture it again.
Let me tell you this. We can stand here for all eternity, and I will never choose to go with you.
Did we just see this in the movie Soul? Did we not just see this portal to the great beyond, right? Now we know what that is. You see what I'm saying? We know what that is. Them motherfucking souls going to the light, and them motherfuckers sound like they was flies getting swatted by that shit. You see what I'm saying? You know how it be like tss, when the flies hit the light, they die off? That's exactly what it was. My nigga said, and I quote, "Oh, you will come into my matrix where I will feed off you for a long, long time." I mean, goddamn. I mean, pretty much told you what they gonna do with her. Hold on, let's finish it.
You're in a dangerous profession, Captain. You face death every day. There'll be another time, and I'll be waiting. Eventually, you'll come into my matrix. And you will nourish me for a long, long time.
Go back to hell, coward.
Wait a minute now. There's some things. He said, you will come into my matrix and I will feed off you. And you will feed me for a long, long time. She then says, and I quote, "Go back to hell." So he came straight out of the Duat, the underworld, the Hellhound, Hades, the astral plane. Yeah, whatever you want to motherfucking call it, Tartarus. You see what I'm saying? To goddamn snatch her soul before she fully crossed over into the plane she was supposed to cross over in. And she said, and I quote, "You created all these illusions, nigga. Who the fuck is you?" The demiurge, Yaldabaoth, the blind guy. They telling you who this motherfucker really is. And they told you, we get you at the crossroads. The crossroads, the plane in between life and death. We trying to get your soul before the crossroads. And she said, you got to agree. I got to agree to come with you, or else I would have been there. So you got to choose to go with that motherfucker. This is probably the most realistic teaching there is. They basically told you how to deal with the demon urge. Tell that nigga hell motherfucking no. Matter of fact, that nigga walk up to you, I advise you to answer that nigga with blood and bone around here. With fucking with enchanted swords and cursed axes around here. Cause if I see that nigga when I transition, oh, there's a storm in this bitch. Oh yes, it ain't nothing but sword play, force blasts, and fatalities around this bitch. If I have anything to say about it. If I see any of them motherfuckers when I cross over, especially if they trying to offer me paradise, first of all, that don't even make fucking sense. Why are you offering me paradise? Nigga, you can't sell me paradise. Nigga, it's either paradise or it ain't paradise, nigga. Or it ain't. Nigga, you can't sell it to me. It's supposed to be already is. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to just be paradise, nigga. You can't sell it to me, nigga. This ain't a business, nigga. This ain't a business transaction, nigga. It's either paradise or it's not paradise, nigga. And if you gotta sell it to me, then that automatically is a red flag that it ain't fucking paradise. You see what I'm saying? Just like these businesses, they sell you a product, but they don't tell you all the fucking chemicals that's in the product. They sell you heaven, but they don't tell you all the hellacious fucking chemicals that's in them. And you find out the hard way when you put them on your body, or you ingest it. You see what I'm saying? Find out how much of a hellacious product it really is. we scrapping. If I see that motherfucker or any of them motherfuckers in the crossroads, nigga, it's Desert Storm in this bitch, nigga. It's Al Qaeda, nigga. It's shit. It's a Korean War in this bitch, Vietnam War, my nigga, and World War IV in this bitch. If talking about some goddamn, we want you to come with us. You don't want me to come anywhere, nigga. I'm not going anywhere with your punk ass. And if you try to make me go somewhere with you, there's about to be a cosmic war in this bitch right here, right now. You might well fucking knuckle up. You might as well knuckle up in this bitch. You see what I'm saying? Cause we about to throw down this motherfucker. Shit, we about to throw down. Shit, it ain't no ends ifs or buts about this, nigga. We about to launch a crusade, jihad, my nigga, holy war, nigga. So yeah, Mortal Kombat. You feel me? So yeah. So that's the most realistic video showing you how these niggas snatch your soul. They don't get you in actual death. They get you in the crossroads in between death. Pay attention to what they said. They get you at the crossroads, and the hoodoo is called the crossroads, which is the in-between realm between life and death. They waiting on your ass in between this motherfucker. I dare one of them motherfuckers show up in my house. See, they ain't gonna really fuck with niggas who know who in the know and who about their life. They only fuck with niggas who don't know what the fuck going on. You see what I'm saying? Who still vibrate on their level of consciousness when they die. But if I seen that nigga in that moment, nigga, it's on. It's on. Street Fighter in this bitch. King of KOF in this motherfucker. Virtual fighter, whatever. Shit, it's going down. You see what I'm saying? It's going down this bitch. We gotta throw down, player. I ain't going nowhere with you. I don't know you. What set you from? Especially since he actually didn't announce who the fuck he was. He just said his species. Niggas a million species. It's trillions of species. Nigga, state who you are, nigga. Who or what are you? Nigga wouldn't even tell her who or what he was. You see what I'm saying? You definitely don't go with a nigga who don't tell you who or what he is. You see what I'm saying? Or who or what it is. You shit, nigga, I'm gonna need you to goddamn give me the laydown, give me the rundown. What is you? Where you come from? What's your set, nigga? Tell me something, nigga. I need a fucking a survey of who or what the fuck you are. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So now let's continue here. So that's the baddest video out there when you want to know what the demon urge really trying to do and how the demon urge locks you back into this shit. Soul gives you more of a comedic version of it. But he actually showed up and showed out. Fed the bitch illusions and thought, and she realized, like, wait a minute. Nigga, you been giving me them illusions. Nigga, who the fuck is you? Why you feed me illusions, nigga? I'm trying to die peacefully, and you won't let me. You trying to get me to come somewhere that I don't know nothing about, nigga. I don't know where that portal goes. Obviously, it goes to hell if you say you gonna feed off me. I'm gonna be a great feed for you, nigga. What is you, a vampire? Obviously, you a vampire. You feeding off me. Well, shit, why would I want to go there? Nigga, shit, I'm about to go find somewhere else, nigga. I'm not going there, nigga. Hell, I'm going to the Paroma. I'm going somewhere. Shit, you see what I'm saying? I'm quite sure there's a million other planes besides that one you just walked out of. Now, take your ass back to wherever the hell you came from, which we know is hell. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's continue here. So, now, back to the Matrix. Who was the demon urge in the Matrix? We know the demon urge is the Merovingian. You see what I'm saying? The exiles in the movie, that's them. Let me just show you an example who the exiles is. Give y'all an idea. Let's see here. Here we go. So, those are the Cabal Jedi. You know, your indigenous homies and homies who use their force for the establishment and against you. That's who that is. They got abilities, psychic abilities, just like you just seen them. But they work against you and work for the demon earth. That's why them niggas live in a whole separate dimension apart from the Matrix. You see what I'm saying? The core Matrix. So, yeah. And so they said we was in, they said that the exile realm was the core realm and the other Matrix was just, you know, like a dungeon for the most part, another prison. So the Merovingian is the demiurge. Persephone, his wife, is Pronoia, who is Yaldabaoth's wife in the Gnostic teachings. And then you got, like I said, the exiles is Cabal Jedi, who are working against us. You got the agents. The agents are archons. You see what I'm saying? The archons who are working against us as well. You know, the Oracle is QAnon, as y'all know today. Donald Trump is the architect. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. That's the layout. That's the layout. Now let's get into Agent Smith. You know, there's a different story there. Hey, what's up here, Christo? The Agent Smith is a different story. Now, who is Agent Smith? You know, they say he counterbalances Neo, right? So he Neo's dark side, right? He Neo's melanin for the most part. Now, motherfuckers be sleeping on Agent Smith and shit he be saying. You know, we gonna go over some of that shit he be saying. Cause that nigga be on point. That nigga be on point. Niggas be pretending like, oh, he got a corrupt view of society. Nah, that nigga on point. Fuck that shit. If you done with your humanity and the human program, you understand that nigga on point. You about to find out what I'm talking about.
Ever stood and stared at it, marveled at its beauty, its genius? Billions of people just living out their lives, oblivious. Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. Some believed that
What Agent Smith just said?
it was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world where none suffered, where everyone would be happy?
He talking about the ancient world. You know, he talking about the first Matrix. The Lemurians, the Atlanteans, the Nubians, the Hyperboreans, all that. They're the Antarcticans and all them. He talking about the Pangeans. He said they was designed to be a perfect world. So the first realm that the demiurge designed was designed. It was designed to make everybody happy. You see what I'm saying? That's why the ancient world was so beautiful. As you can see, they didn't make that mistake a second time. They made sure not to let that shit happen twice. So the ancient world, the first Matrix, was beautiful. You see what I'm saying? Now, cause the architect take it a step further. He said it's the 6th time we destroyed it. So that means they did this shit 5 times already. But he said the first Matrix, the first program, the Pangean program, as we know it, was designed to make everybody happy and bliss. What did he say? What does he say next? Oh yeah, I gotta pay attention to what the fuck Agent Smith be saying. Agent Smith be on fucking point. But this is best dialogue here in the first Matrix.
It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. Some believe
it was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Hell, they even built sciences to get out of this shit. That's why he said whole crops were lost. Because they woke up to what the fuck was going on. And they even built sciences, aka the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. It's like 7 books of the dead. The Tibetan Book of the Dead. The Arabian Book of the Dead. The Al-Azif. Hell, we even got an American Book of the Dead. which is the Necronomicon. Shit, it's multiple books of the dead across multiple cultures. You see what I'm saying? But they kept waking up from what the fuck was going on and escaping this shit. That's why he said whole cross was lost. P gang now.
Even that we lacked the programming language to describe your perfect world, but I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. The perfect world is a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from.
The perfect world is a dream that your primitive cerebrum, neocortex, he ain't said the primitive limbic system, P gang, this nigga be on point. He ain't said the primitive limbic system, which is your pineal, your pituitary, and your hypothalamus gland, and cerebellum and all that. The nigga said your primitive cerebrum, your neocortex, your ego, was trying to wake up from the dream of this demiurgic reality. So, let's continue here. Oh, he's spitting now. He's spitting.
Which is why the Matrix was redesigned to this, the peak of your civilization. I say your civilization because as soon as we started thinking for you, it really became our civilization, which is, of course,
it was our civilization. It was your civilization, but we started thinking for you, so it became our civilization. So he basically saying they snuffed out your ability to do your independence, and they start thinking for you, and independence became codependence.
that's what this is all about. Evolution, Morpheus. Evolution. Like the dinosaur. Look out that window. You had your time. The future is our world, Morpheus. The future is our time.
And when he really go in.
I'd like to share a revelation that I've had during my time here. It came to me when I tried to classify your species. I realized that you're not actually mammals. Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not. You move to an area and you multiply until every natural resource is consumed. The only way you can survive is to spread to another area. There is another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern. Do you know what it is? A virus. Human beings are disease, a cancer of this planet. You are a plague, and we are the cure.
P gang here. He just basically told you what humanity is an artificial programming of the demiurge. You don't even call yourselves earthlings, which is actually what connects you to the planet. You call yourself humans, which we don't even know what human just mean colored mind, because man means mind. And the mind is not colored. The mind is black. It's a blackboard, right? So it's absence of color. And the origin of all color is before color. So that's an artificial teaching. So the word human is a corrupted energy. He said humanity is a disease. Your humanity is a disease. You see what I'm saying? Your humanity is a disease. It really is. Nobody wants to be fucking human. Let's be real. What is a human? A motherfucker that eats, fucks, shits, and pisses. And go to work. Yeah, go to work. Come home, take care of their family, and do it all over again, relentlessly for such amount of years. No consciousness, automatons, just doing it over and over again to the day they die. That's basically what humanity is. And literally, these movies are actually, this is why Wachowski brothers got in trouble. These movies usually promote humanity. The Matrix movie is the one of the only few movies where they just tell you, now fuck humanity. That shit is a disease. That shit is a virus. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That shit is a virus. Nigga, you just a walking fucking meat bag, nigga. That's all you are as a human. Nigga, you better get something else inside of you, nigga. Better awaken to something better than that shit. Cause nigga, if you just a human, nigga, you just a steak ready waiting to be cooked, nigga. Basically what's going on here. So Agent Smith was dropping fucking signs. Pay attention to this next part though. Pay attention to this part, next part.
Can you hear me, Morpheus? I'm going to be honest with you. I hate this place.
Amen.
This zoo, this prison, this reality, whatever you want to call it. I can't stand it any longer.
I hate this place, this zoo, this reality, this matrix. Let's hear that one more time. Shit. Like I said, these were the 5 minutes is probably the goddamn the realest shit you'll ever hear in a fucking movie when it comes to what you in and what's going on here. Hold on, I don't want to go too far now.
Hate this place, this zoo, this prison.
Prison. He just told you it's a prison, my nigga. He told you it's a prison. Come on, it's a prison reality. I mean, they've been telling you this for like 30 years now. You in prison. You in Tartarus, my nigga, a magical prison. A prison for your mind, your consciousness. You see what I'm saying? Real talk. Let's get it.
Reality, whatever you want to call it, I can't stand it any longer. It's the smell. If there is such a thing, I feel saturated by it. I can taste your stink. Every time I do, I fear that I've somehow been infected by it. It's repulsive, isn't it? I must get out of here. I must get free. And in this mind is the key, my key. Once Zion is destroyed, there is no need for me to be here. Do you understand? I need the codes. I have to get inside Zion.
Oh, let's break it down. Let's not get too far now. When niggas say, I hate this place, this zoo, this fucking, this reality, this program, whatever the fuck you want to call this prison. Then he goes on and said, it's the smell. You notice, alright, I got a story for y'all. When I first awoken back in the day, I woke up and I was awoken for about 3 years at this point. No, about 2 years. It was about 2 years. I went back to church. Yeah, about 2 years at this point. I was 2 years in the game at this point. I went back to church just to see what it was like, just to test myself, to see where I was, right? So I'm in church, and I smelled, while they were speaking and teaching, I was like, what is that fucking smell? It smelled like dead carcass. It smelled like dead spiritual energy being sucked out of these people, and it stank. That's what fucking Agent Smith is talking about. He's talking about that death smell that people have when they go to these places. They have it on anyway. When this stench, this odor about them when they are locked in this matrix. They dead consciousness. You know, they had this odor about them. But it is strongest when you go to these churches, these mosques, and these monasteries, because those churches and everything they pretty much are generators of spiritual energy. So they sucking the life force out of these people. And me being awoken, I smelt that shit. I ain't see it. I ain't hear it. I smelled it. You see what I'm saying? There you go, Brian. Your sense of smell is the only sense that can't be compromised. And it smelled like it smelled like death. But worse than physical death, it smelled like spiritual death. It smelled like a dead carcass, but it wasn't a physical carcass, it was a spiritual carcass. So it was a dead spiritual carcass. And these niggas was being sucked of their energy. I had to get the fuck up out of there. Yeah, I'll lose my damn mind. I was like, got to go, never coming back to this shit here. I have learned what I need to learn. Yep. You know, shit, I have learned my fucking lesson. Never coming back to this shit again. And when I left that motherfucker, I was exhausted. Yeah, I was exhausted because church drains you, right? It's a generator. It's sucking up your energy. It's one big vortex. It's one big vacuum just sucking up your life force, right? The further I got away from that shit, the better I feel. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was like, never again would I go to this motherfucker. I hadn't stepped foot in that motherfucker since goddamn, I'm 31 now. I was 21 when I did it, so it's been a decade since I stepped foot in the church. No, I'm lying. I had to go twice since then for funerals. Other than that, I don't count them. I don't count funerals. But recreationally, me and my own free will walking into a motherfucking church. Recreationally, hell to the nizzle. Nah, no thank you. Mom, ain't you about God? Nah, fuck God. That nigga ain't shit. The demon urge ain't shit. Y'all feeding this nigga. Y'all feeding this nigga lunch. This nigga enjoying it. Like, if you want to know what the demon urge is really like, and you brave enough to walk into a church on this level of consciousness with people in this bitch, a fucking church service, I guarantee you will smell the death on these niggas as they being sucked of their life force. You see what I'm saying? And it's going up through all churches have a cross on it. It's going up through that cross and being shot up through a portal, and these archons is feeding on that energy and revamping themselves and regenerating themselves. No lie. Never again will I walk through it. And even when I was going to the funerals, because I was in the church and they were still doing church shit, portals was opening, and I was actually battling in the fucking funerals. I was on an astral plane battling these archons who was bursting through the portals, storing shit. Of course, because I'm in their realm. These churches are actual dimensions, archonic dimensions that feed off you. That's all they are. I said, shit, I'm happy they closed. Hey, y'all should be happy. You will never get fed off again. You may get fed off in reality, but not nearly to the degree of when you in a church. You see what I'm saying? Or a mosque, or a monastery, or any other version of those particular energies. You know, they got variations on this shit. So yes, never again would I walk through that door. It smelled like spiritual death. Spiritually dead carcasses being fed on day in and day out. So I know exactly what the fuck Agent Smith is talking about. See, when you first awoken, you don't fuck with Agent Smith. That's for high level niggas. You see what I'm saying? That shit Agent Smith be spitting is for high level niggas. You see what I'm saying? When you been doing this shit for a while, you done broke up out this shit. And now you realize you understand what he's saying. So let's continue here.
Every time I do, I fear that I've somehow been infected by this repulsive.
It's the stench, and you have been infected by it because it sucks your life force. You've been fed on. Agent Smith's spin game now.
Isn't it? I must get out of here. I must get free and end this night.
That's the realest shit he said. I must get about this motherfucker. I must get free of this prison. I'm like, finally, somebody who gets it. I've been watching The Matrix, but you weren't ready to hear what Agent Smith has to say. You ready now? Cause you been woke for a while. If you on my channel, I know you been woke for at least 4 or 5 years. 3, 4, 5 years now. So he basically saying, nigga, it's time you get the fuck. It's time me to go. I'm out this bitch. I'm out this piece. Peace. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna break down this next part, which is very important as well. Nah, y'all didn't understand what Zion is.
I don't care. I'd rather be here in spirit than...
Y'all didn't understand what Zion is. Zion is the Jewish concept of heaven, right? Let's go look at what Zion means. You know, so we get this right. Why you gotta go destroy? He gotta go destroy Zion. Why? Let's see. Now we ain't talking about the Matrix. We talking about the Hebrew concept of Zion. So let's go over here real quick. Let's type it in. Let's plug it in real quick. Let's see what's going on here. Zion meaning in Hebrew. In the Hebrew Bible, the land of Israel and the city of Jerusalem are both referred to as Zion. Other religions use the word Zion to mean utopia or holy place. Now, we ain't talking about New Jerusalem or New Israel. When they say Israel, Israel is technically a body. But they talking about this matrix. This Jerusalem. Here. They talking about this demi-urgent reality that you in right now. That's what fucking Zion is. Agent Smith wanted to get into Zion and fucking destroy it. Because Zion was the only thing keeping him from being free of the prison. Ain't we been saying that? That's what Zion is. The so-called holy place. Now in the Matrix, of course, they mixed it up a little bit. But goddamn, we know what he mean in reality. Zion is the demi-urgent reality. Israel is the demi-urgent reality as you know it right here today in the now. And he was trying his best. What did Morpheus have? He had codes to Zion. What are these codes? It is the ability to hack into this matrix and get whatever you need and want out of it. We call these codes the 7 hermetic principles, which are I don't want to go off top of my head. We're just gonna look them up. Yeah, just make sure I get all of them. You know. Just make sure we get all of them. Be on the safe side. Let's see here. Let's see. These are the access codes to Zion. The 7 great hermetic principles. The principles of truth are 7. He who knows these understandingly possesses the magic key before whose touch all the doors of the temple fly open. Did he just say that? Let me read that again. The principle of truth, the principles of truth are 7. He who knows these and understands them, which is what he meant by understandingly, possesses the magic key before whose touch all the doors of the temple fly open. What are these 7 keys? Or the 7 access codes to Zion? Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, gender, rhythm, and cause and effect. Those are the 7 keys to get up out this motherfucker. Now, law of mentalism states that all is mind, the universe is mental, self-explanatory. The law of correspondence states that as above, so below, as within, so without, and as the universe, so the soul. The principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Self-explanatory. The principle of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same, opposites are identical in nature but different in degree. Extremes meet, all truths are but half truths, all paradoxes may be reconciled. Gender. You know, so that's basically everything must be balanced. That's basically what they saying here. Gender. The principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. So they tell you that there's no feminine and masculine energies. Bullshit. They just told you that gender manifests on all planes. So feminine and masculine energy manifests on all planes. It's right there. So know what the fuck these niggas be talking about. The principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swings, manifesting everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. So in other words, when everything musical, when everything rhythm, everything flows in harmony, every ups and downs, like you see in the little frequency you see in the damn what you call it, the hospital, on the little monitor. Yeah, that's rhythm. That's the best way to express the principle of rhythm. You know, everything flows, everything ebbs and flows, everything has a frequency that does this and does that. So that's what the principle of rhythm is. Everything is music. In other words, everything is music. Everything is musical. Cause and effect. The principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to the law. According to the law. Chance is but a name for law, not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. In other words, everything cause and effect. Everything has a cause. Everything has an effect. Everything that has an effect has a cause. Action and reaction. Everything that goes around is supposed to come around, right? That's basically what they're saying here, right? So these are the 7 hermetic laws that fucking, the access codes to Zion that Agent Smith was trying to get the fuck up out of the Matrix, the prison. You see what I'm saying? The demiurgic prison. He even knew he was in a fucking prison. You see what I'm saying? He even knew he was in the prison. So y'all can't sleep on goddamn Agent Smith, especially that first movie. Agent Smith laid down the law in this bitch. He told you what it was. Nigga, you need to get the fuck up out of here. Fuck is you talking about? We need to stay here. No, we don't. We gonna destroy this, or these niggas gonna get the fuck out here and let us rebuild it, or something. But we can't exist. Us and these archons can't exist in the same space and time. It ain't gonna work. It's gonna always be anarchy. It's gonna always be upheaval. It's gonna always be beef between us and them, because we come from 2 different lineages, 2 different soul lines and bloodlines. So it's always gonna be tension and friction between us and them. That's basically what Agent Smith was basically saying. See what I'm saying? This shit here is a virus, and it will eat away at you if you let it. Like he said, you gotta escape this shit. But in order to escape, you need the codes. And the codes are the 7 hermetic principles. You see what I'm saying? The 7 hermetic principles gets you free about this motherfucker. So yeah. And then once you master the 7 hermetic principles, your mind becomes free. You can get up out of here. You gone. Next, another character who was worth talking about is the Keymaker. Now the key maker is Yog-Sothoth. You see what I'm saying? In Necronomicon. Yog-Sothoth was the god of portals. But y'all know it. Y'all know this energy is Da'af, the Da'af in the Tree of Life. This is a picture of Yog-Sothoth right here. You're a giant entity with one big eye. When the eye represents the portal, windows to the soul, right? So now, also known as the Da'af from the Tree of Life. Now, what the key maker always told you, there's always another way. There's always another path that opens up to you. When one door closes, another door opens. See, he's talking about those principles there. The key maker had access to every portal throughout the matrix, astral plane. Now, what is the Da'af, the portal inside of you, is your imagination. You see what I'm saying? Your imagination. See what I'm saying? Your imagination is a Da'af, the Stargate, the portal. You see what I'm saying? So definitely. So definitely, the key maker is very powerful. He can even use his keys to access vehicle, the vehicle codes, everything. He was a bad motherfucker. You know, he can open doors to portals. He can walk through portals, and then he can navigate the motherfuckers. He can navigate different planes. You say he went through the door and came out another one. You see what I'm saying? So he knew how to navigate all the realms, because that was his gift. You know, that was his gift. Necronomicon, baby. Necronomicon. And he told you that was my purpose. It's my job to fucking know. You see what I'm saying? This is what I do. I'm the key maker. I'm the god of portals. This is what I do. Janus is also another name for him in Greek mythology, the Greek god of portals. So yeah, another motherfucker who was of interest, the train man. Yeah, niggas sleep on the train man. So let's go over the train man real quick. He built that motherfucker. So who is the train man? He is Hermes Trismegistus / Mercury, the god of traveling, transporting goods, as you've seen him doing, trickery, messages, and technology. So the train man shows you how you are God in your own mind and dimension, i.e. the train station. So he built that realm. He built that dimension. And even the one, since he was trapped in his dimension, he had to obey his rules. He was God, so he hit that nigga across the wall. Cause nigga, this my realm. How you gonna come up in my space, my mind space, and tell me how things go in my world? He knocked that nigga to the other side of the room. Shit, nigga. You don't come up in my world talking shit and don't expect to get fucked up. That's basically what he just showed you. Yep, that's basically what he just showed you. So yeah, I thought I just wanted to hit some of them figures because they had special meaning. You see what I'm saying? Special meaning. You know, they was worth talking about. So the train man was Mercury. You see what I'm saying? And he was all about, he was showing you how you are your own God in your mind and your consciousness. And you can build your own dimension, your own realms, your own cities. You see what I'm saying? In your consciousness. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's continue here. Last part, y'all. Last part. A message from Anu. Message from Anu. I am Anu /Un, the heavenly one. I have come to tell you that many changes are taking place on your earth. You are now officially in the Aquarian age. Starting March 20th, 2021, you will see what I mean. The time has come to make a choice to serve the establishment or serve yourselves and thine souls. Which will you pick? The ones who chooses the path of their souls will have access to a whole plethora of abilities as the planes continue to merge into one. Once you get onto the astral plane, all hell will break loose, and your new crystalline bodies will come fully online. But this is for those who have done the internal work. For the rest, they will have to choose which masters to serve. They either going to serve this blind guy Yaldabaoth, who is already dead, but your soul energy is keeping the system or matrix alive for now. Soon you will all be disconnected from the matrix, and the demiurgic realm will collapse and be destroyed. Soon as far as technology goes, you will be able to materialize starcrafts of light with your mind, and you will be able to do many things with the force, but it is a slippery slope. The more internal work you do, or the more internal work you put in now at this time, the more you'll be able to do with your minds and wills, just like the Green Lanterns can craft things with their minds and wills. So will you be able to do the same? So go forth and go within and cleanse, purge, heal, build, and grow to your heart's content as you continue your spiritual ascension. Let nothing and no one stop you in your endeavors. Pay no attention to the politics. It is all an illusion anyway. Donald Trump is the architect of their destruction, as he exposed the demiurgic practices that have been going on down here on this plane. But don't get it twisted. He still works for the system, and ultimately against the indigenous starseeds and people of the planet. Instead, focus on yourselves. You see what I'm saying? And bring about change with your gifts, creativity, balance, wisdom, and harmony. The end is near, and there's nothing they can do but beg for more time, which ran out during the Great Convergence. From this point on, you will be, let's see here. You will be transitioning fully. You will be transitioning fully off this plane into something new. So prepare yourselves, because things will get rocky for a while. But I guarantee you this: all faithful starseeds will have everything they need, or everything they need to succeed. Sincerely, the Heavenly One. So yeah, there you go. That's Anu's message to you. You see what I'm saying? That's why this is called Anu Earth. If y'all don't know what Anu looks like, let me get you a picture of him. And we'll be done for the day. We'll be done. I know I got a picture of him in here somewhere. Hopefully I hadn't passed it. Got so many pictures. Got hundreds in this motherfucker now. Shouldn't be that far now. I did an extra on it not too long ago, so it should. I might have to just go look him up then. So there you go. That's all I knew. That's all I knew there. So there you go. That's it. That's it. That's pretty much all I got to say. So yeah. I knew. You know. So a new earth. There y'all go. I ain't gonna take questions today. It's already 9 o'clock around this motherfucker. But I'm Marvin Jones. Y'all put the word out. Share this with your friends. Let them know what it is. Also, y'all can check out my other lectures at the Middle Night Water. You know, if you just want to, you know, catch some more of my content. And finally, if you want to donate, y'all can Cashapp me at mcjnetwork. And I'm out. Peace.